Hello, Forney family. So I hope everyone's staying warm this January. I met a few teachers who weren't originally from Texas, and they were like, "Hey, does it ever get cold in Texas?" This was back in November. I said, "Well, you just wait because January and February are going to surprise you." And so thankfully, the state did not make me out to be a storyteller. It came true. It is about 32 degrees outside. So I hope you have on your big pea coats and your jackets and you're staying warm out there. But I hope that your classroom management never goes cold because that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, if you are next to a peer, a friend, or even if you're in a car driving next to one of your loved ones and you're listening to this, I want you to go ahead and share out something good, like the roses and thorns of your day. Share some good things that happen throughout your day. Roses and thorns is something that I actually got from Abraham Lincoln. This is something that he would share out with his loved ones because life is full of roses and thorns and we address them all and we just flow through it. So take a minute and go ahead and share. And now that you are all done sharing, as a district, we are a CKH district. So from the admin team on down to the classroom, we all love to do a focus word either of the day or preferably of the week. And we would love for your students to go ahead. Okay, so I love a good blooper. Hope you noticed one of our lovely counselors here in Forney, Mrs. Pearson. She just walked through our video, and I would love to share my good thing with her. But back to our focus word from the admin team on down to the classroom management team. We would love for you to pick a focus word either of the day or of the week. So it could be effort, show effort in all that you do, no put downs, or be a good listener. Those are the top three things you need on your social contract. If you have those things, then you have a highly effective social contract. Pick one. Which one are you going to focus on today? Today, I'm going to focus on listening because this is what it's all about, listening. As a CKH district, we strive to excel everything. So even in our agendas, we excel it. So if you look right here at our agenda, we have our EXCEL, and you can see all of the fun tidbits that we have next to it. So this is a little bit of encouragement to show you that we are doing it from the admin team on down to the classroom management team. Before we hop into classroom management strategies, I want you to stop and think about, where do you really shine? Everyone shines in some area. I don't care how novice or new you are to the profession. There is one thing that you are awesome at. Is it your prep? Because prep is a part of classroom management. If you are not prepared for the day, there's no way that your day is going to run as smooth as it possibly could have ran. Are you really great at seating arrangements? Are you able to pinpoint personalities that work really well together, like those high, mediums, and lows? Think about where you shine. Everyone shines in some area. Now that you've thought about these things, I actually want you to take a second and actually share them out with a peer. That's right. Put it on a sticky note, put it on a board. You don't even have to write your name on it, though we prefer that you do. It is really important that you acknowledge where you shine and also have others know where you shine, because where you shine is where someone else is weak at. So we need to know who's strong at hallway procedures, who's strong at dismissal, who's strong at bell ringers, because a new and novice teacher would love to come and see you in that one particular area. Now, here's to the next part. I know you were waiting on this. So, we all shine in some areas, but like roses, we also have thorns. Where are some areas that you may need a little bit more improvement, or some areas that you say, hey, it's going, but I know that it could flow a little bit better? So, where are some areas that you would like to have improvement in? So, let's think of about three goals. Is it parent phone calls? Because that is also a part of classroom management. And we're not talking about just the negatives. Are you making enough positive classroom management goals or positive phone calls home to make those relationship drops into the buckets of you and that student? It's very important that you have a positive relationship long before you ever have any consequence or corrective behaviors occur. The next thing I want you to think about is your second goal. What's your second goal? Maybe it's not doing happy calls. Maybe you're great at doing positive phone calls or happy calls. Maybe your second goal is to work on transitioning. As a new and novice teacher, this is one skill that many of us struggle with: transitioning. How do we transition? Are we allowing the movements to flow? Are we delegating enough tasks to students? Or are we doing all of the work and we're burnt out at the end of the day? We're all about burnout prevention. So think about that. And then finally, think of a third goal. In this PowerPoint or in this presentation, it's really great if you conduct it or watch it next to a peer, because I would love for you to bounce ideas and have a soundboard next to you. Like one of my great mentors who I work with weekly, especially on Thursdays, love to say, the smartest person in the room is the room. You need a soundboard that can give you ideas, because the next question I'm about to ask you is one that would be really great if you were next to a peer or someone who had 1 or 2 more years of experience over you, so that you can bounce ideas off with. So what are you going to do to change and reach your goals? So those 3 goals are those 3 challenges that we just addressed. What is the real challenge here? Why are the transitions such not in disarray? I guess that's the best word I can think of. What's the real challenge? Is it because we haven't acknowledged the student leaders in our room who can take over so that we can address those 1 or 2 kids who need a little bit more attention? What is the real challenge here? Work through that with a thought partner as you address why haven't we mastered that goal yet? Maybe it's that we need to go see other people who've already mastered that goal and use 1 or 2 of their techniques and actually stick with it and be consistent. Some of us are changing too much. Every week we try something new. It's very important that as teachers we remain consistent. Students love consistency. Your classroom needs to be a tad bit predictable. It sounds mundane and boring, but it's very important that we establish that foundation first. So, bounce this idea off with a soundboard or a thought partner. And guess what? We're not done with that. So let's say you do not have a soundboard or a thinking partner to work with. A challenge for you this week is to take about 20 minutes from your conference time and go visit other classrooms. Just gently knock on the door and say, hey, I'm a new teacher. I was wondering if I can sit in here and get some new tips and tricks on classroom management. Most new teachers are more than welcome into veteran teachers' classrooms. Most veteran teachers would love for you to have a new adult in the room. We spend so many hours and minutes with. I'm sorry, guys. I'm laughing. My partner just came back, but let's keep going. Most veteran teachers spend so many minutes with students and kids that it's kind of nice to have another adult in the room. And we would love to see what you see. So most veteran teachers just teach naturally, and it comes so natural for them that we don't even acknowledge all of the great things that we're doing. As a new and novice teacher, you see all of these great things. We'll ask questions and have the veteran teacher break down how do we implement and install those transitions. What were some of the first and second steps that we used to make sure that kids repeatedly knew what to do? Because the goal here is consistency and giving away that power. So if you were unclear on the challenge because I began laughing halfway through the video, the challenge is to take 20 minutes from one of your conference periods, hey, try it every day this week, and go and visit a veteran teacher class. And that concludes our video for this week. But before I launch you, we have to get a rater in the room. If you're watching this by yourself, then you're going to rate yourself. That's right. You're going to go either from a fist, which represents the number 0, or a 5, which represents the maximum number of points that you did based on our focus word for this week. Our focus word was a listening. How great of a listener were you? Were you at a 0? You didn't listen at all. You just hit play. Or were you at a 3? You did okay, but you were talking a little bit here and there. Or are you at a 5? You were highly engaged and you listened throughout the entire video. Rate yourself. And these same rating PowerPoints and slides that you see right here, you can even have posted in your classroom. And this is the expectation for your rater, your student rater, that you have assigned in your classroom. And now that you are done rating yourself, it's time for me to launch you. Launches are quick. And here's my launch for the day. Change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end by Robin Sharma. And with that said, go be great.